Hello Cowboys Nation, welcome to another video, and without further ado, let's get to another round of news from America's team. Cowboys defensive coordinator Matt Eberflus' seat now officially burning thanks to Stephen Jones. While a conversation needs to be had about the Dallas Cowboys' offense's poor execution in the last two games, all anyone seems to care about is the defense and whether Jerry and Stephen Jones will swallow their pride and fire Matt Eberflus after the season. Jerry Jones tends to respond to fan interest and pressure, and Cowboys fans have officially had enough of Eberflus after the defense allowed 34 points to J.J. McCarthy, who posted career bests in passing yards and yards per attempt on Sunday night. It took longer than it should have, but Jones finally seems to be walking back his conviction in Eberflus. Team EVP Stephen Jones echoed that during his Monday bid on 105.3 The Fan. "You are what you are, and we rank at the bottom of the league in terms of our defense," Jones said. "It's obviously something we're not satisfied at all with. We have to chop wood. Not only is this about this year, but it's about seeing what we are going to be about in the future." If Eberflus hot wasn't officially burning hot, it certainly is now. Jerry Jones beat around the bush when asked about the defense immediately after Sunday's loss, which dropped the Cowboys' playoff odds to less than 1%. Amid the word salad, though, Jones did suggest that he would reevaluate Eberflus' performance after the season. Stephen Jones was much more candid, but that shouldn't be celebrated. "It's impossible to sugarcoat this defense." According to Sumer Sports, Dallas ranks 31st this season in both EPA per play, 0.14, and total EPA, 122.83. They are 30th with a 47.65% success rate, 29th in dropback EPA, and 29th in rush EPA. Only the Cincinnati Bengals, who are having a historically bad season of their own, are saving Eberflus from overseeing the worst defense in football. While the defensive personnel needs new starters all over the place, it shouldn't be flirting with the Bengals, Giants, and Commanders of the world. Eberflus' insistence on abandoning the blitz after early success and playing soft coverage on third and fourth downs and short yardage is maddening. He should know after 14 games that you can't play conservatively with Dallas personnel. That stubbornness has held the defense back all year. Brian Schottenheimer appeared to direct some frustration at Eberflus in the second half when Schottenheimer was forced to burn a timeout because the defense looked out of sorts before the Vikings snapped the ball in the red zone. Keeping Eberflus just to maintain continuity after having three defensive coordinators in as many years would be worse than bringing in a new voice. Get out of the way and let Schottenheimer, who put together a really good offensive staff, hire his own guy. Thankfully, it sounds like the Joneses are recognizing that they screwed up. 5 defensive coordinators who could replace Matt Eberflus on the Cowboys. Al Harris feels like a tone-setter. We all know and love Al Harris. His stint in Dallas as the secondary coach under Dan Quinn produced the best years of our current cornerbacks. In Chicago, Al Harris has made the Bears' secondary one of the better secondaries in the NFL. Word around the campfire is in the next few games, Harris will be auditioning for a defensive coordinator position next season. What stands out to me about him is how hard his players compete, tackle, play with an edge, and don't look confused. That alone would be an upgrade. Yes, he would be a first-time defensive coordinator, and I'm fine with that. How many times have the Cowboys tried retreads at defensive coordinator, and it did not work out? I'm looking at you, Mike Zimmer and Matt Eberflus. Harris feels like someone who would set the standard, not just go with the flow. Dan Quinn is the stability option. The one retread that worked, and it hurt to see him go. What he did in Dallas worked, and it's been all downhill since he left for Washington. The defense played faster, they believed in him, understood the defense, and all of this matters more than people might want to admit. Context matters too. His situation in Washington has changed the conversation around him. Anyone can see his seat is getting hot in D.C., and even after taking over play calling duties on defense, the results haven't magically turned around. If we were able to see Quinn come back, it would not be about innovation. It would be about fixing the confidence and structure of this defense. Something we have seen him do before. Chris Kukurek is about the trenches. If I'm being honest, Chris Kukurek might be the best hire for the players we have on the roster and the cleanest identity hire on the board. I don't know if many of you have watched the San Francisco 49ers, but the defensive line has been decimated by injuries and they are still competing. That wouldn't happen without elite coaching. I'm tired of watching the Cowboys get pushed around and they act surprised. Kukurek fixes that immediately because he would build the defense from the front to back. That's how sustainable defenses are built. He has never been a defensive coordinator and I don't care. If Dallas wants an identity rooted in physicality and effort, this could be the hire. Anthony Weaver is the quietly smart bet. Anthony Weaver doesn't come with much hype, but he comes with credibility. If you look around the internet, you will find he is being mentioned in early 2026 head coaching conversations. His background with Baltimore shows up in how his defenses adapt week to week instead of running the same plan and hoping it works this time. What I like most is that his systems are built to survive roster turnover. That matters in Dallas, where it seems like change is constant on the defensive side of the ball. If the Cowboys want a modern defense instead of nostalgia, Weaver makes a lot of sense. Steve Belichick, the wild card. I know the name will bother people. But Steve Belichick has actually called defenses, and he has coached in systems that value disguise, leverage, and situational football, not just raw talent. This wouldn't be a motivational hire, but it would be a football hire. After watching Dallas repeatedly get out-adjusted, that sounds pretty nice. The other thing is that Jerry Jones and Steve's dad, Bill Belichick, are good friends. Also, maybe having Dad as a consultant wouldn't be too bad either. It's just the type of move Jerry Jones likes to get in the headlines. Glenn Schumann, the swing for the fences hire. Glenn Schumann would be the long-term play at defensive coordinator. The University of Georgia loses elite defensive talent every year and the defense never falls off. That doesn't happen unless the system is for real. Reports suggest Georgia is confident it can keep him, and he's not chasing NFL jobs right now. But Jerry Jones is a pretty persuasive guy, and if Dallas wants to stop recycling the same coordinator types and actually build something special, this is the type of swing they need to take. This is a high-ceiling hire that creates optimism on defense and with the fans.